The International Food Security Network was established to contribute to fight against food and nutrition insecurities in the world by harmonizing and strategizing efforts through regional and national networks. In the Gambia, the legal body responsible for implementing International Food Security Network activities is the National Alliance for Food Security, NAFS. NAFS is a non-political civil society organization consisting of 8 civil society organizations in the country. This particular convergence, organized by the National Alliance for Food Security, NAFS, was meant to review the progress of Comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program by the Gambia.
The National Alliance for Food Security is not a direct implementing organization or institution or alliance, but we try to capacitize and empower our partners, especially smallholder farmers, on the issues of agriculture and agriculture-related program activities. And we do that, using the eye of our existing policy or policies that are with us. But we do that in collaboration with ActionAid the Gambia International, because ActionAid the Gambia International is our main partner in this aspect.
Alhaji Momodu Wuri Jallo of ActionAid International the Gambia shed more light on Comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program and its stance towards food and nutrition insecurities.
The aim of CADER is to help African countries reach a higher part of economic growth through agriculture-led development. Overall, the goals are to eliminate hunger and reduce poverty through agriculture. To this, African governments have agreed to increase public investment in agriculture by a minimum of 10% of their national budgets and to raise agricultural productivity by at least 6% per year.
Policy dialogue and planning. This is one of the roles, like you bring something on the table, you bring people together to talk about it, to debate about it. It's one key function of non-state actors. So it improves the quality of strategy setting, policy development and investment planning through ideas, evidence, and expertise. I've mentioned that we are the ones that are very close to the communities, the farming communities, and even the government. Because before we used to have extension services that are out there in the communities, but now they may be there, but they are very limited. You find out that you have maybe 1,000 or more than 1,000 farmers being attended to by only one extension officer. So the coverage is very low.
The participation of the parliamentarians, precisely the National Assembly Agriculture Select Committee, was applauded and described by many as fitting, saying they are the mouthpiece of the people and thus their involvement is indeed crucial. Speaking to GRTS, one of the participants from the National Assembly Agriculture Select Committee was Honorable Bafai Sedikan of Jara East.
This one is very, very important, and our participation here is very, very important because we have to report back to the Parliament.
The primary threshold of the Alliance is premised on strengthening civil society organizations' network in the national policy dialogue for increased food security for the population of the country. It does so through advocacy and lobbying strategies. Buba SMCC, GRTS.
The quest for a clean and healthy Gambia continues to attract the involvement of many institutions and groups. Well, the latest to join ranks to clean their locality were members of the Brikama Wellingara Bush Women's Association. Our Uminjai picks up the rest of that story.
Is in response to the Gambian leaders' call for a safe and healthy nation. The people of Brikama Wellingara turned out in their numbers to take part in the cleanup exercise under the leadership of Alkalo Sambaba.
This is something very important. It is very vital, even in terms of our health and so on and so on. Now we can realize that, through this settle, the Gambian have become to realize many things, that can, bring, more people together. Number one, okay, if you just, look, okay, as previous is how malaria was in the Gambia, and now today in the Gambia, it has been definitely reduced.
Here, residents of the settlement all joined in the activity with cutlasses, wheelbarrows, and other tools cutting down weeds, picking garbages from corner to corner to ensure dirt-free environment.
We all know cleansing is important. Health is paramount. So having people, coming up as a community in this area, mobilize themselves to make sure that this road is being cleared, I think that's a very important move.
The chief of Como Central, Dembo Keling Bojang, commended the people of Birkama Wellinga for the initiative, stating that the move will only go well for the health of the citizenry. Chief Bojang encouraged the rest of his district to follow in the footsteps of the people of Birkama Wellinga. Yadikun Conte and Modu Jalo, natives of Birkama Wellinga, both joined the chorus of voices appealing to all and sundry not to relent in the endeavor. It is a common mantra that a healthy nation is a wealthy one. As the people of Birkama Wellinga pledged their resolve to ensure the attainment of that famous adage, they saluted the head of state for championing the call for a clean and healthy Gambia. Uminjai, GRTS.
Copyright and collective management were the centerpiece of a 4-day training workshop that ended Thursday at the Gambia Tourism and Hospitality Institute. The closing ceremony of that program, organized by the ECOWAS Copyright Regional Observatory for stakeholders, also saw the presentation of valuable office equipment to the Copyright Collecting Society of the Gambia. Fatou Janimbai reports.
Crucial role in the creation, production and dissemination of knowledge and the creation of wealth in modern societies. This also helps meet the legitimate demand and recognition of the creator. The 4-day training workshop that targeted 70 young men and women was considered a success after being exposed to a raft of rudimentary issues on copyright and related matters by the resource persons. In many countries within the sub-region, creators are yet to fully benefit from the sweat of their works. It is only through initiatives like this that the creative community in the ECOWAS sub-region can start reaping the fruits of their efforts, whilst at the same time allow the government of ECOWAS countries to also get returns from the investments they make in cultural infrastructures. In the Gambia, this can only be done and realized when the works of these creators are registered at the Copyright Office on the NCAC.
We now know that we can take our destiny in our hands. We can look at the sort of contracts that we conclude in order to perform or in order to get others publish our books or works. We know we have to register with all our unions and our associations, and we also have to register our works if you want to derive economic benefits from our creative works.
At a time when stakeholders in the domain of copyright always advocate for capacity building programs, this training sought to familiarize them with their rights and obligations in relation to copyright matters.
Henceforth, ladies and gentlemen, take copyright to be a serious issue of national development, which can give you jobs, alleviate poverty, and boost our creative industries, issues which are of top priority to the government of His Excellency, Sheikh Professor Dr. Alhaji Yahya Jammeh. But to do that, just as was dramatized by the artists themselves, as I said earlier some time ago, that it's not as easy as ABC. We must expect the challenges or the hurdles, but we must be willing to face them and to overcome them.
Sponsoring the program alone was not enough. The ECOWAS Observatory as well donated computer equipment and office furniture for the strengthening of copyright administration in the Gambia. The gathering also featured a play on copyright.
Didn't you know that you are infringing on her right?
Yeah, bro, right? Yes. We are not selling fruit, it's only CDs and There is no copyright law in this country. You don't know, but listen. The copyright law has been enacted since 2004.
By then I was working as a laborer.
Now listen.